Hi guys. I am back. I said I was going to vlog my recovery. Have you noticed I got all dolled up today to make myself feel a little bit better? I am in week 2 of my recovery. It was 2 weeks as of yesterday, which was Friday the 13th. Um, my face is fine. It's been a long 2 weeks. A week after I was admitted back into the hospital because they were afraid my kidneys were failing. So luckily, I have a wonderful partner who leaves me jugs of water everywhere because he knows I don't drink them. And they said they're surprised I did not die of extreme dehydration because usually, whenever you have burned more than 10% of your body, they're supposed to admit you to be held overnight, either in the local ER or at a burn unit. And that was not done. I was not properly treated the first time I went to the hospital. They pretty much were like, oh, it's less than 10%, go home, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. And then when I started going to my doctor for follow up, she realized it was about 25% of my body surface that was burned, and I had to be admitted back to the ER. I had to have tons of fluids dumped into my body. I had to make sure that I didn't need to have surgery for debriding. I had to be checked for blood clots. I had to be checked for um, my legs had to be pieces of, well, pieces of the skin of the wounds had to be taken and be cultured to make sure I didn't have any infection. It was just a lot, and I mentally broke down that second time I was in the hospital because I was like, what the entire fuck? Because I thought that I was doing everything that I was supposed to be doing to not be in the situation where I was in. I ended up staying in the hospital for about 4 hours, and then they said I had no blood clots, that I would not need surgery for debriding, that the skin would just come off by itself, and not to be alarmed. And I was like, well, that's alarming in general, but okay. Um, and to continue drinking water. And I finally had a soda the other day. It was so good, but I regret it because as soon as I drank some water, it was like that was so much better. Um, and finally, I was have been going to what is called a wound care clinic for large wounds, for the wounds on my legs and my arm, which is right here. It's healing. It's healed. It's just gonna be pink for a while. Um, my face is completely healed. I do have some discoloration on the tip of my nose, under my eye, right on the long side of my nose, and it looks like I cut my eye, but the way the burn happened on my eyelid, on this eyelid, it has folded so it looks like I had stitches there. And then my forehead is like patchy, as in it just looks like I have, you know, I it's just patchy, like discoloration. Um, so I'm attending wound care clinic now, and I was cleared to be able to play in makeup, which is awesome because when you go there, you're kind of discouraged because you think you're gonna scar and all this bad stuff is gonna happen. And like, dude, double tapped me on my forehead. He was like, "Oh, your face is healed. Your face is fine, but I do need you to start protecting it. So you're gonna have to wear makeup every day, with SPF 25 or above." And I was like, "Oh, you ain't said nothing but a word. Yes, I can play my makeup." So I had to. I think I spent $100 and something as for ordering new makeup. But he said my burns on my face were only first degree, and eventually all the discoloration will be gone. But I'm going to have to protect my face with um, high SPF for the next 6 months to 2 years, depending on how my pigmentation comes in. With my arm, this was a second degree burn. It's completely healed, meaning all the little pores that were burnt are closed. So this is how it's going to look for a while. Um, it's gonna gradually go from pink. It wasn't pink. It used to be like white. It's gonna go from it went from white to now bright pink, and then now it's starting to get a little bit of brown in it. But that can take up to 6 months to 2 years before that is completely done. My hand is finally. This hand is finally just. It's just doing what the same thing as my arm, my right arm. My right leg is okay. There's only maybe a size about this much that is still open. The all the skin has been debrided and is gone, and a little bit of skin is peeling off. Um, my left leg, there's still about 5% that is still open on my left leg. It's just it has a area that was in between a second and a third degree burn. So that's going to take a little bit more time to heal. It's bothering me, but I'm capable of walking. I do still have swelling in my foot and ankle. My foot is covered with second degree burns, and my ankle is covered with second degree burns. So there's literally just like a strip where that's pretty much the size of these two my two fingers that was not burned on my leg from my knee down. On my left leg. On my right leg, it's just the inner leg and a little bit of the front, but it's not as bad as my left, and my right foot is fine. So it's going to take a little bit more time to get this left leg going. Hopefully, I won't end up in a cast. Monday, I have to go back to the doctor, and they're going to check the swelling out. And if the swelling can go down with a compression sock, they will do that. But if not, if they feel like it needs a cast, then I'll be in a cast for a couple of weeks, which is not fun. My projected time to go back to work is the 24th, but as of right now, I don't think that's going to happen just because of the swelling and how the nerve is acting up in my left leg. I just personally would not feel comfortable trying to sling drinks and save people's lives if something happened on a plane. And that's just not just for my own protection, it's for my passengers' protection as well. So I'm just thankful that I'm okay. And I love you guys for all your comments and messages and emails and stuff. That truly means a lot to me. I'm going to continue to vlog my recovery. Um, Next week, hopefully, I will be able to announce the giveaway winner, which is what, next week? No, not next week. Hopefully the 24th, when I'm back in Phoenix, when I'm supposed to be back in Phoenix for work, is when I announce the giveaway winner. I'm actually trying to get everything. I'm having my roommate get everything situated. Um, but I wanted to get nice for you guys. I've been running around here looking like a runaway slave for the last few weeks, and I was tired of looking like that. I did lose my hairline is kind of burnt, so I'll have to wear wigs for a while until that grows back. It's sad that I took care of my edges and now they're gone because of a freak accident. You take care of your stuff and then something happens to it. That's always how shit happens, right? It's like I took care of my edges. I didn't abuse them. Now they're gone. But it's not really my edges. It's just where I would do my leave out on my sewings. It's literally went from like this long to this long. So I'm gonna start wearing wigs for a while to help that grow, and I probably could get my hair cut all in the same length to just let it grow out and be okay. But other than that, you guys, thank you for your support and love, and I will keep you guys posted. I will do a week 3 of my recovery next Saturday and let you know if I can clear to go back to work, or if I'm not, I'll show you my cast. Right now, I just laid up because the nerve in my left leg is firing really bad, but I'm okay. My son came to see me and he made me feel a lot better. My boo has been doing great. I have the greatest friends in the world. They come to spend time with me and they call me every day. And then you guys with all your messages on my video mean a lot. So thank you so much. And thank you, and stay fly. Bye.